Lesson 30 today is about adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators. Now we know the key thing to add and subtract fractions is to have the same denominator and to add or subtract the numerators. So if we had a problem like 1/4 plus 1/4, well, that would have to be equal to 2/4. Because we've got 1 plus 1 is 2, and denominator stays the same when we add our fractions. Now, if we look at this first example, we need to simplify 5/11 minus 1/5. If we want to simplify 5/11 minus 1/5, we need to find the same denominator. They have to have the same denominator so you can compare the sizes of each fraction. In order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to skip count by 11s and we're going to skip count by 5s. What we're looking for is the least common multiple of 11 and 5. Let's go ahead. We got 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77. We could keep going, but let's stop here. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Can we stop? Well, we can only stop if we've got a number in common, and we don't. But you might be able to see which number is going to be in common first. 40, 45, 50, 55. There it is. 55, that's the first number that's in common between 11 and 5. So we can skip count to help us get there. That's one way to find our least common denominator. So what we're going to do for this fraction, and I'm going to erase our original example, is we're going to go ahead and rewrite these fractions, and they're both going to have denominators of 55. Now, if they both have denominators of 55 instead of 11 and 5, that means the numerators have to change as well in order for them to be equal fractions. So 5/11, if we look at that problem, 5/11, we want to multiply it by some fraction equal to 1. That's going to give us a denominator of 55. Well, 11 times 5 is 55. So our fraction equal to 1 is 5/5. 5 times 5 is 25. We can go ahead and we can fill that in. 5/11 is the same thing as 25 55ths. Now 1/5. 1/5 times some fraction that's going to be equal to 1 equals something out of 55. 5 times 11 is 55. So our fraction equal to 1 is 11/11. 1 times 11 is 11. And now we can go ahead and solve. Because we know that our second fraction, 1/5, is the same thing as 11 55ths. Denominator stays the same. 25 minus 11 is 14. 14 55ths, that's already reduced to lowest terms. We can't simplify anymore, so we're all done. We've got our final answer. We went through that process of skip counting to find our least common multiple. We rewrote our equivalent fractions, and then subtracted to simplify and find our answer. We'll do that for every problem where we add and subtract fractions with different denominators. Let's look at our next problem. Here we've got 3. 1/4 plus 5/9 plus 2/3. Let's go ahead and find the least common multiple. So let's skip count by 4s. 4. Okay, we're going to go down this time. 8, 12, 16, 20. We've got 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. We can stop there. For 9, we have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. Let's stop there for now. And for 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And what we're looking for now is when our numbers have one that's in common. Because for 4 and 9, if you look carefully, you'll see that they both have a 36 in common. So what we're hoping for is that the 3 also has a 36 as we go. 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. There we are. We found our least common multiple. So now we're going to rewrite. We're going to rewrite our fractions. It's going to be something out of 36 plus something out of 36 plus something out of 36 gives us an answer that's going to be something out of 36. If you know a different way to find the least common multiple, you may, as long as you came up with the same answer for 36. Well, 4 times 9 is 36, so 1 times 9 is going to be 9. So 1/4 is the same thing as 9/36. 9 times 4 is 36, so 5 times 4 is going to give us 20. 3 times 12 is 36, so 2 times 12 is going to give us 24. We could have written each of those individual pieces out if we like, but if you can solve it in your head to write an equivalent fraction, that's fine as well. Well, we have 20 plus 24, that's 44. Remember, you can do addition in any order. And 44 plus 9, that's going to give us 53. So we have 53 out of 36. That's our final answer. You can leave your final answer as an improper fraction if you like. If you wanted to reduce it to a mixed number, you may, but you don't have to. Lesson practice will be on page 102. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.